Okay. I just got called out by a hillbilly fucking backwoods inbred little bitch. And I'm gonna set the story straight. I never once blamed Galen. It wasn't my doing. It wasn't my putting it in documented form, public information, the witness list. Each and every single witness, the criminal network analysis that they go back to is a same drug ring that goes back and shows around Delphi, Karena mcclerkin, update recent cases like Tara Capps, Brandy Bradley, Flora, Delphi, the Logansport fires, the criminal network analysis showing around the individuals in more than one case, be it a parent, their friends. How about you check the facts on what's in public information? And it's as simple as doing in my case on every single witness on the lawsuit when it comes to Flora. What do each and every single one of them, including Colton, show back around to? What criminal network? What drug ring? That goes back and connects to Gabriel Ellis, dealers like Kyle Stacy, Blaine McClellan, dealing in 2014, William Duff, Nita Duff's son, another high ranking politician. You've got individuals that are showing up within rates. The friends of theirs, including Gabriel Ellis's mom, being friends with a sitting mayor. You may call me nuts all you want. You may push the narrative all you want. But the public records that are showing and can still be found, the names within those records, the criminal network they go back to, you can push whatever narrative you want. But the ties and connections that go back to even Officer Garland Odell Cooper, badge 739, when there was ties and connections being made from Karena, Delphi, Flora, the same criminal network that was going back and showing in Indianapolis and surrounding areas to other cases back there. There are 74 cases so far, 19 of which are children. Most of them are in the Howard County, Carroll County, surrounding areas. Just like baby Mia Robertson, her mom, her boyfriend, her mom's boyfriend, they all show back to the same criminal network, as well as them and their friends showing back around other cases. Jamie Beasley, Tony Klein, Mariah Coy. But yet I'm the one that's nuts. While you're trying to push the narrative away from what is showing on documented record and where you can look back their criminal history, how about you get the facts straight for your backwoods hillbilly inbred starts calling me out? So before bullshit comes out of your mouth again, how about you look up the criminal history that cannot be hidden, cannot be omitted, including a murderer that's sitting on a witness list in a lawsuit that happened to be one of the last two people leaving right before the fire, got paid $20, and another murder in Flora. But it's simple. as looking up the criminal history, I didn't choose those witnesses, the close friends, the individuals that showed up and left shortly before those fires. I didn't put those witnesses, their names, out there for all the world to see. You can't hide from the facts. You cannot push a narrative that doesn't go back and showing this ring leaving that house, members of that ring leaving that house right before that fire. There's locals, including some law enforcement. You would love to see the girls, both Flora and Delphi, their school resource officer, what he knew about that ring right there in Delphi and others. Ayers, do you remember the last name Ayers when it comes to the house? Do you realize how many Ayers family members are in the raids? More than one in Kokomo, that drug ring? The same drug ring that there's individuals sitting friends with mayors, sitting Howard County commissioners, elected officials. But yet I'm the one that's nuts for speaking the truth. Each and every single one of these cases. And all you getting best friends with this, that, and the other, you're saying you're there for the victims. Why do you think the law enforcement question family members? You stay victim centered. When it comes to children cases, the family knows the killers. 9 times out of 10, it's a fact, documented facts. When it comes to children missing or murdered, the family either knows who's involved, it was a family member, or of the sort. The family knows the ones behind it. So how about you do some fact checking, look up some criminal history that cannot be rewritten, be hidden, like I said, and there's in other cases, that same criminal network analysis showing up. And what's sick is more than one individual that was sitting in my 1026 FBI informant files, more than one suspect was allowed to go on from one missing murdered to the next. An FBI, Michael Curtis, agent over me, he knew this. There was another murder 96 days after Delphi. Jeremy Patterson, just like Nicole Bowen, they were killed not for the drugs. They were going to roll on who was behind the murders, especially of the kids. That is what cost them their life, like Blaine Nelson, aka blood brother, that is no relation to Gabriel Ellis and his daughters and sons, that he claimed was his brother and nieces and nephews. I've got it in writ where his own mother saying they are of no blood relation. They are no relation. So for him calling him a blood brother after Karina's case, admitting that yes, he was there, he didn't have any role on the events that took place that night, but yes, he was there. He describes the same bathroom that Marlena Smith, who still shows in and around this drug ring, major dealers in more than one raid. When I break down these 34 cases locally, I am not holding out anything but the facts and what is showing on the criminal records and the criminal network analysis that is still being shown to this day. Back to this ring, its criminal enterprise, the multiple raids, the multiple dealers. I'm breaking it down to the dealers, to the kingpins, down to each and every single case. But you can't hide the fact Jennifer Barnes / Dean, who sat as a witness, is now sitting behind bars for a murder and getting paid $20 for her role in another Flora murder. Willie Smith Jr., one of around 9 black individuals this ring has taken the lives of. So this backwoods Hillbilly inbred needs to shut the fuck up and stop pushing a narrative. If you're really for the victims, it's about the victims and the victims only. You're not there to make friends. Like so many of you that are claiming you want the truth and the whole truth and nothing but the truth, and you want justice for these victims. Well, look up what it comes to when it's looking at victims' cases and doing investigations. You stay victim oriented, victim centered. That doesn't include becoming friends with the family, being best buddies with the family. You look only at the victims and the circumstances around each victim's case. That's how you do real investigative work. I did that plenty of years as an FBI informant. Look up Bruce Stockett, fake sovereign citizen judge, 38 years behind bars, federal prison. I've got people like him, the Indiana ISIS couple, among many others, sitting behind bars. I went through the federal court cases where many of these cases need to go with a special federal prosecutor. The lawsuits that are being rolled out, it's going to force that. If I prove one case, two cases, three cases, they're tied and connected, and it goes back to FBI federal documents, the hard copies, they can delete and omit and get rid of whatever they want. But I've got the hard copies of the messages between me and this Michael Curtis, the agent over me, for years. Every email, every recorded phone call, how bad he lost my trust. I started recording every single phone call I ever had with him for years. Every text message. I will be showing you exactly the real reason. Like it's already on document. And the FBI, the Joint Terrorism Task Force, being there in Delphi, already on investigation. You're about to see the investigation by intel that caused him to be there. It's not my fault that the defense team only wanted to go after certain individuals, but yet there's individuals parading the weapons used. Machete with the tip cut off to make it look like a sword for a ceremony, a Bowie knife, parading these weapons around. Not only that, they're telling you, look at the Book of Truth, Troth. They were bragging about their own involvement. See, you should have never crossed pretty much us on how they were making those posts. But I'm the one that's nuts when they're openly, for years after it. On the anniversary date, Kyle Stacy kept reposting what he posted prior and after Delphi. He kept reposting it on the anniversary each and every single year. He went above that, and one year in 2022, he decided to share the Let's Light It Up for Abby and Libby. A sick way of poking, going, hey, we're right here. We're walking among you still. He was still actively a major role in that drug ring. To be caught with over 480 grams of meth, you're still a big player when you were arrested. It was him and others supplying ones like Derek, Blaine, among others. The trap house is being used. What the locals, like Flora, Christy Lynn Martin, who she supplied, who comes around here, Jennifer Dean, Corey Dean, imagine that. But yeah, I'm the one that's nuts because you're pushing a false narrative and you're saying you're there for the victims, each and every single one. You're there for the friendships and what it can make you look out to be. Oh, look at me. Look who I'm friends with. You should have stayed victim centered and victim oriented. You get more done. These friendships and parading these friends, and then, oh, hey, let's send this one to Jamaica, but yet they don't want to tell you. what the locals have even been known, even showing worn out trails in that grass. People coming and going all hours of the night. That's caught on CCTV. People recording it. The known dealers showing up at the house. But yeah, I'm the one that's wrong. Just because I'm not pushing a fake ass narrative. Gotta get the justice that these girls and so many more deserve. Not the false narrative that you're pushing just because somebody wants you to. Because it'll look bad. It'd give them a bad name if the truth came out. That would really get justice in more than one case. It's not my fault that these individuals are still showing up to this day. Other dealers in and around this drug ring. Still to this day. But yeah, I'm the one wrong, you backwoods hillbilly inbred. How about you shut the fuck up and stop pushing a false narrative and let the truth be shown on more than one case? Go get fucked. And you know exactly who you are, you backwoods hillbilly inbred bitch.